Marvel Rivals. If you spent any time on the internet in the past week or so, then you know this topic. You know what it's about, you know what's in its outs, and you ultimately know what happened. For those of you who do not know and are somehow new to the internet, what basically happened recently is that there was a $40,000 Marvel's Rivals tournament, where a participant who was a college student with his team, he was wanting to win this tournament. He was wanting to get those extra $40,000 because even that split 6 ways is a decent chunk of change. And obviously, anybody who wants that money wants to win and takes it at least a little bit seriously. Well, during the tournament, he was telling his teammates, hey, can you get this character to swap, or can you swap off this character? It'd be really good, really beneficial. To which point, they were accusing him of being toxic. And what do you do when you find toxicity on the internet? Well, naturally, bad idea, but you fight it with more toxicity. Granted, he wasn't exactly being toxic. Yes, it is annoying to hear someone say, hey, please swap, but in a competitive setting, people are going to want to take it seriously. So they were not wanting to hear it though, and instead decided to do an ego check and flamed him until they ultimately got him kicked out of the tournament. Yeah, they started cursing at him, basically telling him to shut up, and were being more toxic than him than he ever was to them. Granted, I understand the feeling of someone telling you in a game, hey, can you swap out this character? It gets annoying, but in a competitive setting like this, you gotta be able to work with the people that are on your team. Obviously, they did not, to the point where he just decided, oh, I'm just gonna go silent then, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. But they brought it up sometime later, and even got him kicked out of the tournament, ultimately resulting in him having no chance whatsoever of getting that money, even though all he was trying to do was win, something that most people would agree is natural in a competitive setting. But in the end, we did get the good ending, because he got partnered on Twitch, something that is not easy to do. But it's kind of amazing what the internet can do when it decides, hey, this guy definitely deserves a win. Let's give him that win. And he is doing so much better as a result of it. His viewership skyrocketed, his subscriptions on Twitch, which is not the same as on YouTube, skyrocketed in significant manner, and it overall is just a good thing for him. His teammates have been, however, ridiculed thanks to the internet, which, if you do something bad on the internet, people are going to make fun of you for it. It happens all the time. But the response couldn't have been that bad, right? It's not like they decided, oh yeah, we're gonna make fun of his situation just because, oh my gosh, he was complaining. No, that's there's no way, right?
Answer this, even if you support Kingsman, whatever, support Kingsman like it's fucking Israel. I need this for my college. I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7 more years.
Enough! Ban her now! I have heard this joke what feels like 420 times in the span of 69 years. It's enough. I cannot handle it. We deserve better than this. That's actually starting to hurt my throat. I need to drink more water. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Yeah, needless to say, she didn't handle it well, and not really many of other people did as well. This situation got way bigger than it needs to, and even though, well, in the end, the person who was the, I guess, victim, you could call it, got the good ending and is probably doing a lot better now than he was before, it still is a thing where you don't have to be toxic and rude to people just because they want to win in a competitive setting, especially when they're doing such as he is, where he actually wasn't even being that toxic, if at all. The most toxic thing he did was request a swap, but that itself isn't inherently toxic. He wasn't cursing at his teammates, he wasn't telling them to shut up, he wasn't bringing it up 10 minutes later after he's just stopped talking. I mean, after they just stopped talking. Honest mistake, actually. Did not mean to say it like that. And ultimately, he did not get them kicked off of the team, costing them a large chunk of money. No, it's just a bunch of streamers who, honestly, and to put it in the great words of Bender, ego check already. Okay, it's not a direct quote, but you get the idea. It's just an ego check. That's all that was needed, because during this situation, they handled it very badly, and post-situation, they seem to somehow handle it even worse. And this could all just be boiled down, potentially, in my opinion, to just ego. They could have avoided being ridiculed on the internet if they just checked their ego. They could have just chilled out, taken a moment, and realized, this person wants to win, there's a lot of money on the line, we may want to do the same thing. It can only benefit them if they work together. But because some people had an ego, they couldn't. At least that's my perspective. Seriously, I've seen way too many people decide, I know more than anybody else here, or I know better because of this. Despite the fact that oftentimes you'll find that you don't know everything about something despite how much you want to. What's that? Who said that saying? The more we learn, the more we realize how little we truly know. Not the same thing as what the topic is about today, but you get the idea. Phone, shut up. Point being, if they had just checked their ego at the door, this whole thing could have just stopped. If they could have stopped and just taken a step back, taken a breath, and said, hey, sorry, we're wanting to try to win, but we also just want to have fun, because I am fully understanding of somebody who wants to compete while also having fun. But when there's money on the line, you got to understand that people are going to want to take it a little bit more seriously than just having fun. It happens. It's a competitive setting, and honestly, they should have handled it a lot better and checked their ego at the door, blah, blah, blah. That's it. Ego check. And I'm not just talking during the tournament, I'm also talking after, when they were making fun of him for his situation. Because ultimately, people made fun of them because their ego made them think, oh, there's no way I'm wrong. Let me just go and make fun of this guy. His situation's ridiculous. No, stop being ridiculous yourself. But anyways, that's kind of all I wanted to say on this topic. I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of things. My gosh, what is my phone telling me? But anyways, that's kind of all I wanted to say on the topic. I'm sure I missed a lot of things here, but what do you guys think? How do you feel about this situation? I feel like it didn't need to get this big, but because they didn't check their egos, because they decided to be rude about this and honestly very toxic, it ended up just blowing up. While on the other hand, also providing a really good, I guess, opportunity for the person afflicted by this. Afflicted. So in a sense, thank you for being toxic, I guess? I don't know. I'm no doctor. Does that apply here? I'm no psychologist. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video or stream of whatever I do. And as always, I am PUMSQUATCH. Goodbye.